one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
We get this story from WAFF News 48. A former Decatur police officer charged with murder has taken his immunity claims before Alabama's highest court. Mac Marquette's fight for immunity to avoid a trial will now be decided by the state Supreme Court of Alabama. This marks Marquette's second time taking a key issue in his case to the state's highest court. His first request to dismiss his case was denied by the Supreme Court back in March. Marquette's lawyers asked for his trial set for September to be pushed back, partially because they didn't expect the Supreme Court to make a ruling on his immunity from prosecution in time. The judge approved the motion to delay the trial just days ago. Mark McDaniel, who is a lawyer not associated with this case, said this all lies in the Supreme Court's hands. He said, and it's up to 12 people if the Supreme Court rules against it. When asked if the Supreme Court ruled for it, he replied, then it's over. If the Alabama Supreme Court were to say that the circuit court was wrong, the Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals was wrong. If we find that he did act in self-defense, then he would have immunity. Case over. That's according to McDaniel. Now, this is now the third time this trial over Steve Perkins' shooting death in 2023 has been pushed back. Steve Perkins' brother, Nick Perkins, says he's not surprised by Marquette's persistence in defending his case, but he believes this trial will happen and his family will have the closure they've been wanting for almost 2 years. He said, we expect him to fight as much as possible, but we as a family know and believe what's coming. We're waiting for justice to be served, and we really just want this to end and get it past us so we can move on. That was according to Nick Perkins, the brother. Now, Marquette has to file his appeal with the state Supreme Court by August 29th. If the Supreme Court grants his immunity claims, there will not be a trial. Otherwise, Marquette's trial is set for November 17th. And I'm going to do a follow-up real quick and see if there's any more information on this. Because the 29th is coming up really quick. That's this Friday. But all we can do is hope that the Supreme Court of Alabama says, no, the circuit court was right. We're going to trial. We hope that would happen, right? Or I haven't, I just thought of this, but I didn't think to look it up. I don't know exactly what the qualified immunity is in Alabama for officers. I would have to look that. But in California, qualified immunity has been relaxed. It's a lot easier to sue these cops now because qualified immunity is going to be harder to prove now in California. They passed that, thank God. And in Colorado, they took away qualified immunity for the state, I should say. They said, no, cop messes up, cop gets sued. I said cop. A cop messes up, a cop gets sued. What do you guys think? Let me know.